posición.
Does any of you speak English?
No español.
Okay. You know, to quiero, right now, yo necesito un carro para venir aquí. I don't know if you understand that, but I don't need any of you anymore. I just needed a car. But you're good.
¿Tú traducir por teclado?
So what you saying?
Oh, you speak English. So I'm saying I needed a car to bring me down to RT. That's why I messaged him, but he wasn't actually paying attention, so I'm good now.
Okay. Dice que necesitaba un carro para que se lo trajeran para acá, pero que está bien ya.
Ah, ok.
Yeah, you're good.
¿Tú
You're
le,
good.
tú le puedes preguntar algo?
A ver,
¿Tú le puedes decir si hay prueba para pasar a casco duro?
¿si hay pruebas para qué?
Prueba para pasar a casco duro.
He's asking if there's any like test to pass the. I don't know what he's telling me, but
Oh, to get the odd art, I tried reaching out to him multiple times, but he should wait till we have the DFGs online. They're gonna do his test.
sí que necesitan esperar hasta que se vengan los generales.
Pero sí hay hoy.
He's saying if there's anything,
No, there is an interview. Just gonna ask him basic questions about the base, but it's good for now.
dice que está bien por ahorita.
Porque dile que Brenda nos dijo que hoy había prueba para pasar una prueba para pasar casco duro.
She's saying there was like a test to get the helmet or something.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's not a test. It's an interview. So I just wanna when Brenda comes online, she's gonna do that since she speaks Spanish.
Dice que es como una entrevista para que pasen las cosas.
Pero dile que como más o menos a qué hora.
They're asking what time is that gonna be.
I have no idea, to be honest. We just have to wait till Brenda comes online. But give her to midday, maybe like 12 p.m. She should be online.
Dice que como para las 8, para las 8 p.m. dice.
Pero aquí son las 8 ya.
PM, no AM.
Aquí son las 8, pero
What the heck is your problem, man? You know I have all this on body cam. I'm having a meeting. You're disrupting my LP.
¿Qué dijo?
Dijo que lo grabó, al güey dándole balazos.
Ah, huevo. Mataste al jefe.
Pero digo que están diciendo la hora de ellos, ¿no? Parece que ahorita aquí son como las 5 apenas de la mañana.
y eso, pero dile que es hora americana.
No, pero él está hablando de la hora de Estados Unidos, loco. Eso es lo que está hablando.
Pero
Sí,
como
él está
allá,
hablando de eso.
pero como van a ser como las 5 allá.
No,
Si
porque
Sí,
aquí,
aquí en Estados Unidos son como las 5 ahorita
no,
y feria.
porque aquí lo que yo creo que en mi país es una hora más que le llevamos, o una hora menos, por ahí.
Ya van a ser las 6, ya vi el reloj bien.
A la mierda, entonces ¿a qué hora hay que entrar, mano?
Pregúntale que cuántas horas que faltan ya.
Pues ya se fue.
Tú le preguntas que cuántas horas que faltan, que no diga que sí a las 8 y pico, porque nosotros no sabemos qué hora es allí en su país. Tú le preguntas que cuántas horas faltan y ya.
Como estamos en la madre de Estados Unidos aquí, oh, they're asking how many hours left.
I was left for 12 p.m. Hold on, let me just check. Maybe like 4 hours. It's almost 9 now, so 4 hours.
Como 4 horas. Dice.
El hueso.
Mierda, loco.
Pero dile que Brenda nos dijo a nosotros a la hora de nuestro país. Y en mi país son las 8 ya.
Lorenzo,
Dice,
can you tell them that I'm going to come to Southgate and then we can talk better? I want to finish up with Queen Petty.
they're saying that Brenda told them that it was going to be on their time.
Yeah, I don't know what Brenda said, but because Brenda's the only one that speaks Spanish, she's best in position to actually help them with the test. If Brenda doesn't help, then we're gonna bring someone else in who actually will be able to, ask the question and translate to us.
Okay. Dice que él no sabe lo que está diciendo Brenda, que va a traer otra persona, no sé qué dijo.
Dile que ok, que nosotros venimos en eso de las 9 o 10 de la hora de nuestro país.
They're saying they're going to come back like at 9 something, like in their time, in their country.
All right, no problem. They can come back whenever they see Brenda online, and if not, they can talk to me. We'll find a solution.
Dice que está bien que vuelvan cuando sea las 9 y eso.
Vale. Entonces a las 9 es la prueba para pasar a casco duro, nivel 4 creo.
Sí, pues es una entrevista, no es prueba.
Ah, listo, está bien, está bien. Ay,
I don't mean to bother y'all, but yeah, I was the first initial one because I was sitting outside in that Humvee and Plata killed me outside.
Oh, okay. I mean, he came here also started shooting, but he was eventually killed. And I think Austin is online right now, so if you can just like stay outside, if you can stay outside, that was gonna help out.
Yeah, I
No,
got
you
you.
good, Bakes. I want you to be here. All right. So initially, I wanted to type, but I think I'm just gonna talk. I have a little bit of time. So, Queen Petty, like I was saying, I have noticed some things, and I would like to address it. All right. So, we I'm not gonna act ignorant right here. I mean, I know who you are. You know who I am, and I pretty much want to work with you. Okay, I want to work with you, and when it comes to your other accounts, I'm going to see it as a cousin account. I'm going to see it as a okay. I'm going to see it as a cousin account. I'm going to see it as a sister account because that is what it is. And but at the same time, we both know, the standpoint of everything. So what I'm asking for, or what I would like you to, come to term with me on is we're going to keep it that way. Okay, we're going to keep it a sister account, and if you could at least assist us doing rates. I'm not asking for you to be there doing the O6 rate because I know definitely you're not doing the O6 rate, but at least one every day to show your presence because I'm trying to, uphold um, everyone's, I would say I want to keep everyone's trust intact in each other. And I don't want them feeling like, oh, she comes for the raids as a gang member to kill the people she work with. So let us look for a way to make it work for both of us, where you come in for at least one raid, show your presence, let them see you online, you kill the gang members. The next raid, you can come in as your other account. For all I care, I'm pretty okay with that. I'm saying this because I don't want anyone, saying things behind anybody's back. Words have been going around, and I do not appreciate people when they gossip. I like to say it to the face. So that is one. And then two, you're a hard at. Definitely you're gonna get to MG position. Okay. And when you get to that position, I want to know your standpoint on um how you would help us to better make the army to make the army better. I'm not looking at the old sister accounting or the twin accounting. How are you going to make that twin account in the gang be of advantage to us in the army? Because I know how you feel about this army. Okay, I know how you feel about this army, and I know how the admin's decision might have actually affected that. But I mean, it is what it is. There's nothing much I can do about that except try to work with you. So tell me, what are your plans for us in the future? Because I'm looking for a way we can work with you, even though you're in a gang. I mean, some double agent type of situation. That's what I'm looking for. So, do you have plans for us in regards to that? Because you're definitely gonna eat that mark of MG, and I don't know if anyone still, as I said it to you, yeah, but when you was DFG, you was doing a pretty awesome job. So I can only imagine what you would do even as an MG. So tell me, Queen, what are your plans for us? That's where it comes becomes an issue. You get, even if you're online for 5 6 hours, when before the raid you get off and then you come in with the other accounts, they feel like, you know, well, you might say it's not an issue because you don't actually hear these things people say to me. All right. They come to me telling me, oh, look at this. And what the person they tie it to at the end of the day is bakes. That's why I want him to be here. And I do not appreciate that in any way. All right. I will not appreciate anyone talking behind anybody's back. That is why I'm trying to, because at the end of the day, it ties down to gang affiliation. You understand? Because that's what the admin said. They're like, oh, that's metagaming. I'm like, I don't see it as metagaming. I see it as you broadening your RP experience. That is what they
It's
said.
it's not metagaming. See, the difference is with metagaming is if you're conspiring to go against the army. Now, if you're leaking, our raid setups, like we have people that are clocked in, and as soon as we give them positions, they clock out for raid, or they're only here, they're here throughout the whole day, and then you'll see them disappear when it comes raid time.
Well, I do hope both of you do understand my point of view in this. I'm really trying as much as possible. I spoke to Bakes yesterday, and we just looking for the best way to make everything work out. I do not appreciate when people talk behind other people's back. I do not appreciate it at all. And when they come to me, they report someone, I tell them straight to their face, if you have an issue with this person, deal with it. But when it comes to Queen Betty, they're like, oh, she doesn't talk. I'm like, well, that's true. She doesn't talk around me, but I'm pretty sure she talks around Bakes. So, and apart from that, I've seen her actually chat with people. So definitely it's not like she, well, to be part of, you have to have a working mic. But that's just me. That's just me saying rubbish. So if you're saying you can't be online for at least one raid, you said 5 hours. So if I say, okay, it's you 12, you get off 11. Promise, I don't want you to get defensive here. I'm just trying to, come to terms with you. So please can you sacrifice at least 1 hour, not 1 hour, 15 minutes? You can log out after the first raid or anything. Just be online for one raid. That's all I ask for. Just for one raid. Me and you, we end like this, we end like this. We tighter than this. So I'm talking on a friend level. You have to show example by being on for the raids, iron events, and but quick question. Do you understand where I'm coming from, what I'm trying to communicate to you? I would have made this in a Discord thing, but I came online, I saw you online. I'm like, let me just talk to you now. All right, if you say so. You say they don't correspond, all right? But we both know that they do correspond. We both know that. And people that also know that, okay, if you say so, if still they do not correspond, they do not correspond then. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to actually remind you that we did have this conversation and I did try to work with you on how to actually, avoid um, things like this. You're gonna get to that MG position one way or the other, okay? And when you get to that MG position, then all comes down to my own loyalty to the base. The same way Bakes looks at the base, the same way I look at the base. I give my 100%, and I'm trying my best to, try to work with you on this. I'm not asking you to go out there and say, oh, Promise is this, Promise is that. Promise, no. Mm-mm. Promise is an awesome person. And I stand on that every single time I talk about her. But I want you to assist. You're an hard art, yes. You're a hard art, excuse me. And you, I can't tell you when to play. But I can do tell you that we need output rates, at least one. I mean, we have all the way to the 12 p.m. I did try to talk to you, but you don't want to listen. And what with the other one I'm also talking about? You said being an MG doesn't correspond. No problem. We did have this conversation. On the long run, if anything that happens at the end of the day in regards to how people look at you or look at me when it comes to this base, it all comes down to the conversation we've had today, and I'm going to actually reference it because I just want everything to be cleared out. And also, I can't tell you when to use your mic or not, but then as your commanding officer, when I ask you to use a mic, it's because I want to communicate with you. I want to hear your voice. Yeah, how that you have to RP. So, well, I do not, to be honest, I do not care if you use your mic or not. But you know better than I do. You've been DFG, you've been CG, you've been LTG. I just got to this position, and I have tried to, level with you on this. It's all up to you. So if there's no other thing you like to, you know, agree with me on in regards to this conversation, I guess there's nothing else I have to say.